Hello and welcome to all of you May babies. I'm Dr. Karen and I'm about to do a colour analysis for you for March 2026. I certainly hope that February worked out for you in many ways as you would have expected. And if you used your specific colours from the missing colour list, you may even have had a better time than you would otherwise have expected. Now this month I've decided to use an oracle deck from the runes. Now, this is a very interesting little deck. There aren't very many cards in it, but they certainly have a lot to say. And let's see whether their input will help guide you along your way through March 2026. So let's get started, shall we? Now, for those of you who watched my readings in February, you may have noticed that I'm no longer using cards. I can't shuffle them anyway. So instead, what I've gone for is a whole range of coloured circles. These give us the same information. They're a bit noisier, and I think they're a lot more fun. So let's get started. Then, May babies, shall we choose from amongst the rune oracle a card for you? This one and pop it there. Very well then. Now I need 4 colour combinations, 4 circles that tell us what's going to be happening with May babies throughout the month of March. Ooh. Okay, I have 1, 2. No, I have 1. That one slipped out again. 1, 2. 3. And 4. All right, let's have a look at what they have to say. So we begin with black on yellow. We continue with black on red. We have brown on grey and end up with black on white. Oh, May babies, you're going to spend a lot of time inside your head in March, I should imagine. All right, well, what have we got here? Well, for a start, black and yellow together is part of nature's warning system. It says danger ahead. Be careful. The yellow on the inside is a sudden awareness, an awakening, a growing up out of some situation where you have to remember what happened before and now how you deal with it. Well, the way in which you deal with it and have done so in the past, because this is memory down here, the memory tells you to retreat, to take time out, to get away from issues that have confronted you and made you feel very uncomfortable. It's meditation time, but it's also time for recovery. Added to this is the fact that you've still got the black that you're bringing into the month with you in the real world, but this time also with red. There's a degree of frustration, a degree of repressed anger. You don't particularly want to deal with whatever it is that is causing this need to retreat. Whereas this is a potential danger, that is, you had a sudden realization that something is wrong. Here, there is I can't do anything about this. I have to deal with suppressing my emotions, suppressing my feelings, keeping myself under wraps, because there's nothing I can do in the real world that enables me to get rid of this energy internally. Now, the interesting thing about black and red, whereas this black and yellow is nature's warning signal of danger, black and red is always a conflict of sexuality, not to do with sex or gender, but the way in which you present yourself to the world. Are you someone who is able to stand up and be their own boss? Are you someone who tends to retreat from having to take charge of your own life? Both of those opportunities, both of those ways of being exist within this combination. So where does that take you into the future? Well, here we have brown on grey. Grey internally is always a sense of uncertainty and confusion. I don't know what to do. And in the real world, I have all of these hopes and dreams and goals and aspirations and practical skills that I have developed or am in the process of developing. But because there is an uncertainty internally, there is never a clear guide as to whether or not what you are doing, what practical area you are moving into, what goals you have created for yourself are in fact going to make you feel as though you've trodden the correct path. There is no way, when we have grey internally, of determining just which direction is the correct one. Underlying all of this is black and white. Now, black and white, of course, are the component parts of grey. And when we have black again in the real world, a retreat from whatever is internal is a completely new, novel experience. You don't know at all how to deal with the issue that arises. Black and white is the truth and the lies. It's what does exist, what does not exist. We don't know. We often talk about black and white as being the absolute as far as truth goes, but in fact, in colour terms, it's really straddling between what can be and what is. And those two are uncomfortable bedfellows. One of them retreats, the other one advances. And because the one that's advancing is in the internal world and the one that retreats is in the external world, you have them sort of kind of upside down. You're not protecting yourself. You're trying to, but internally there is no real guidance as to what is the correct way of looking after yourself. This is a rather uncomfortable combination coming up for you. All of that black tends to suggest you need a lot of time out. You need a lot of thinking time, time to yourself, time to meditate, time to get inside and determine what is right or wrong for you. The fact that you've got yellow and red, which are the next two most common colours in the language that we develop, red first, then yellow, means that this is very basic. This is something that comes from repressed issues that are left over from infancy, probably even, certainly from early childhood. And you have going to have to face those issues and deal with them in a way that brings you some sort of clarity, because clarity is definitely missing from here. Let's have a look at the colours that are missing, because that also will guide us towards where we probably need to go. You have black, you have white, you have red, you have yellow. There's no green, there's no blue. You do have brown, there's no orange, you have grey, there's no purple, there's no pink, and there is no cyan. So these colours, black, white, red, yellow, brown, and grey, are the colours of the skills and attributes that you will be working with throughout the month of March. What you won't have available to you as easily are green, blue, orange, purple, pink, and cyan. Now, looking at those 6 colours, if you choose the one that is most appealing and the one that is least appealing from that group and add them into your life, you're going to expand the repertoire that you have here and enable you to move in a slightly different direction. And maybe that will actually clear up some of this confusion of the grey, or allow you to deal with the unknown that comes from the black and white, where truth and reality are in some sort of collision. Green is about opportunities, about freedom, about finding a space for yourself that wasn't there before. Blue is about duty and responsibility. What do you need to do in order to nurture yourself and others around you? What is your duty? Orange is about being able to stand up, be counted, be confident, show yourself to be the person in the real world that is able to do whatever is necessary in order to survive any sort of crisis. Purple is the ability to feel, to make things better for yourself and for those around you. Purple is also about having a great deal of fun because it is a child colour. So it's all about destruction and creativity. Can I make changes that will make me feel good and make everything around me better? Pink is vulnerability. It's also love. Are you able to let go and let somebody else into your life? Are you able to let go and have something happen to you that comes from outside, where it is given to you as a gift or an imposition, if it comes to that? Something that is out of your control, but nevertheless, because it's pink, is really quite welcome. And finally, cyan. Cyan is about peace and harmony and tranquility and just maintaining a calm and peaceful outlook in life. Are you able to deal with these colours? What is the worst of it? What's the best of it? They're all rather pretty, but which ones are going to be most useful to you to enable you to deal with this black and white underlying energy that is causing you to have to come face to face with some sort of reality that may or may not be particularly welcome in your life? Probably more likely to be unwelcome. Let's have a look at what the Oracle has to say on the subject. Okay. I won't even attempt to pronounce that. It says breakthroughs, awakening, awareness, daylight, clarity, as opposed to nighttime uncertainty, a time to plan or embark upon an enterprise. So there's all of your black and white and the grey that goes with it when we confuse the two. You need that sort of clarity, the opportunity to take an enterprise and work with it. Can you do it? You'll notice that today's readings have been rather short, and that's because while these are being uploaded, I'm on my way on a 2-day trip, 4 days round trip, with an additional day down there to go and see the traditional Chinese dances. I've been waiting for this for a couple of years. Last year, it was a cyclone that prevented us from going. This year, I'm definitely going to get there. So, while I'm going to be enjoying that, I hope you enjoy the reading. And if you did enjoy it, please give it a like, or maybe even comment. It always comes in handy for the algorithm. If you're new here and a bit confused, I'll leave a couple of cards at the end to give you some idea of what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. Until I see you again, this time for April's reading, may the colours of your life lead you exactly where you need to be for your own higher good. Bye.